the way things are going there, Arsenal would have to wait another 20.
That's not true.
Another final.
That's not true. That's not true.
But the trend analysis.
But that is not true.
20 years.
That's not true. Anyway, let me go to the line. Coach Christopher Nimley has joined us. He's a football coach. No more. Anyway, Chris, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We have to.
Let me tell Coach something. Coach Christopher Nimley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
When you were praying that prayer on Friday, what did I tell you?
You didn't tell me anything.
Anyway, Chris, I'm told you there's an issue you wanted to address. I think it has to do with the president's take on sending supporters to the World Cup.
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I want to say a very good morning to everybody in Ghana listening to Sporty FM this morning. I want to say a very pleasant morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the father of the land. As for this one, it's a humble appeal. I listened to your newspaper review where Raymond said that the president has clearly told the people of this country that because of an $11,000 per head expenditure, he wouldn't take supporters to the World Cup. I agree with Raymond. I'm not sure supporters will not go to the World Cup. The government will take supporters to the World Cup. So it has to do with the number or the numbers that will be going. So I want to believe that if we are opting to be very transparent on the matter, the government of Ghana should be a bit clear. Say, look, it's an 11,000 expenditure per head. But when the Black Stars went to Mali, the diasporan supporters did not go to Mali. When the Black Stars went to Chad, when they went to Comoros, when they went to the Central African Republic, no diaspora saw the need to pay money from wherever they are to go and watch the Black Star play in these countries. Even if a free flight was made available, they never saw the need to go and be part of it. It is the local supporters here, those of us in Ghana, we have supported our team home and away. So I know the president is loving, the president is caring. So for this one there, it's a humble appeal on behalf of the likes of Immortal and all the supporters union. They have shown proper conviction and proper support in getting the Black Stars to the World Cup. So Mr. President, with all humility, this is your son, this is your boy, Coach Christopher Nimley. We will plead with you that some supporters clearly will be going. And I think what the president can also do to help us, some of the people can afford, like the ministers, like the parliamentarians, if they decide to go, at least for them, they are living good life. So you can deny them, they should find their way of going. But for that ordinary Jama guy, that ordinary supporter who will go to the stadium and clap his hand and beat the drums and sing all the good songs to motivate the Jordan Ayew, the Semenyo and co. 90 minutes and beyond. When things were difficult, they were on their feet. They were singing, they were clapping. I remember when we went to Mali and the Malians took the lead. That, in my view, was the most difficult game we played. Don't forget, we lost to Comoros in their backyard. And I remember that day, for 90 minutes, the supporters were on their feet. This is the time to show appreciation to them. So this one day, we are just on our knees and we are pleading with our president. Yes, all of us cannot go, but some will have to go. Affording to purchase the ticket for the diaspora supporters, look, Charlie, they can afford. If they've got access to the ticketing, they can afford it. Let's take as many supporters as we can. This thing comes once every 4 years. Thankfully, corporate Ghana is supporting. And we are told that the money to transport supporters will not come from the government coffers. Nathan, ask him to be correct.
Hello, Chris?
We were told that money to carry supporters to go and watch the Black Stars will not come from the government coffers. Agreed?
Yes. That's
so
true.
If that is factual and that is true, we'll plead with our president that if, based on corporate Ghana sponsorship to the team and to the supporters, some decent amount of money should just be allocated and committed. And you see, when the people of Ghana is told that, look, this is how much we have raised, and per how much we have raised, this is the number of supporters we can take to the tournament, I think we will understand. But to completely say that because of the money involved, the government will not support, look, at the end of the day, like Raymond rightly said, if we don't go, and people in high authority also go to watch the match, some of us are going to be very, very much well disappointed in the president. He's been a wonderful president. This second term of his been super, super wonderful. He's handled things properly, very well. You can see the difference in the first and his second term. So we want to congratulate him. I want to plead with him with all humility that he should think again and then see whether the contributions from corporate Ghana, we can take as many Ghanaians to go and watch the Mundial as possible. And then my humble appeal again is to the finance minister, Mr. Atu Forson, Honorable Atu Forson, finance minister. Atu is forcing, but it is becoming like when it comes to sports, Atu is not forcing at all. We just saw the embarrassment at the African Athletic. There's a history with this president in Brazil, a history that nobody, I repeat, nobody is proud of. Not even Mr. Atu Forson, the Honorable Finance Minister, is proud of. Please, we are on our knees. Ghana cannot be the topic of the world again at the world stage. It will be a completely unforgiving, I repeat, completely unforgiving if it so happened that we haven't learned from what happened in Brazil. The people of this country deserve better. 150 million budget. If all the money cannot be released, at least this money is not expected to be released boom like that at once. As at when, I'm sure the 150 million is being put out there as time to be corrected. If we get to the final, that is how much we are going to spend. But at least the monies for the group stages by now should have been made available. We are told that a player is taking $100,000 appearance fee. I would have thought that that money would have been slashed down a bit. But it so happened that when the big men sat down and went through it, it has been approved that the player's appearance fee remains as $100,000. If you ask Raymond, he will tell you. I was in a meeting with him somewhere very important, where we were clearly told that when such a suggestion was put forward to Carlos Queiroz, he didn't see the need why he should be given $100,000 appearance fee. His opinion was that, look, I have been brought here to do my work. Why am I being given money for coming to do my work? Wait, let me do my work and then you pay me. There may be bonuses associated with my work depending on my achievement. Those ones are legit. Those ones are clear. If we have paid all these players for all the qualifying matches that they have played for this country, giving them $100,000 for them for showing up to be at the tournament, crave. If you drop somebody, it becomes more or less something disastrous. Go to Brazil. Neymar is not being given $100,000 to show up to serve Brazil. I'm not saying we shouldn't give them something, but I think that the $100,000 is too much on the high side for showing up. If you look at the bonuses associated with when they qualify, I would believe that rather if we can put a chunk of the money in challenging them to qualify from the group stage, get to the round of 32, qualify from the round of 32, get to the round of 16. If they're going to make enough money from that, I am all for that. And I'm very sure that the majority of Ghanaians are all for that. Nathan, my last point. The people at the FA, to all their so-called journalists, those peddling false rumors that Joseph Pencil has been punished because he did not show up to play in Japan and Korea. They should bow down their heads in shame.
Why,
simply because.
Hold on. Why do you say so?
Because I've seen articles written by people and I've heard statements by people closer to the FA, and they are citing that to be the reason why the young man has been dropped. I said they should bow down their heads in shame. Because after that Japan and Korea game, the boy has been given the opportunity to serve Mother Ghana. So we have moved on from that incident.
Okay.
And then, if indeed they are saying that he's been dropped because of he not being part of the Japan-Korea friendly, then it further goes to strengthen the fact that Carlos Queiroz was not around when those things happen. So it means, again, to confirm that indeed they are strengthening the selection of Carlos Queiroz when it comes to the player. Because if the man is saying that this is a player I want to take, and you are saying that because he did not show up in Japan, Korea, he shouldn't. It means truly, you people are influencing his selection.
Okay, Chris, hold on. I just want to understand something here. So you are saying that there are some people peddling a certain narrative that Joseph Pencil was not chosen or was not part of this 28-man team because allegedly he did not show up for the Japan-Korea friendly, right? That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Okay. That's what I'm saying. And what about Baba Rahman?
Okay, hold on.
What about Baba Rahman?
Fair point.
Baba Rahman refused to play for Ghana. He went, Otuado gave him the call. He told the whole country that he was not ready to play for Ghana at the time.
Okay.
So he can refuse. And then he can be brought back as at when they want him to come back.
Okay.
But somebody will give them genuine reason for not showing up, and the person is being punished consistently, persistently.
Relax.
We'll leave that to God.
So I want to understand something. So did Pencil... No, Pencil did not go to Japan and South Korea, did he?
No, he didn't go.
He didn't go. Okay. So do we know why he didn't go?
I don't know why he didn't go, but at the end of the point I'm making, although he didn't go, the country has given him several call-ups after that. Was Pencil not part of the last World Cup qualifiers in Ghana?
Yeah, I think
was he not part of when Kamaldeen scored his only goal? Kamaldeen has played for Ghana 5 to 6 years. He scored only one goal. Who gave him the pass to that assist? Who assisted him? Was it not Joseph Pencil? Have we not moved on from the games in Japan and Korea?
Okay.
So the boy is being punished for something that he might have given a genuine reason, and we've moved on. The point I'm making is that we've moved on from that. We have moved on.
Okay.
Because
so
from that, he's been asked to serve Ghana, and he's done so.
Okay.
Baba Rahman, I repeat, Baba Rahman, I don't hate him. I love him. But the fact of the matter is, he could tell Ketokreku, he could tell Otuado and Co that he's not ready to play for Ghana. What excuse did he give? Were those excuses logical? Is Baba Rahman in the team because of his allegiance to Ketokreku? You see, when you do things like that, and then you give people the room to be saying things that we should not be saying, and it is very wicked. It is wicked, and I put on record on your studio that they have done this because of the hatred they have for Welfare Preku or Palmer.
Okay,
Chris,
hold on. Chris, you see, I get the point you are making, but the point is this. One, we all don't know why Joseph Pencil has not been chosen. We can speculate.
That is why I'm saying that as part of the speculation, those putting out those statements to stop it.
No problem. So you're saying that
some of us the reason to say the sort of things we are saying.
So the point is that speculation from both sides is really not correct. So you are saying that if people are saying Joseph Pencil is not being called or has not been called because he missed the friendly, that is not true. So that one I understand. People shouldn't say that because that is not the case, right? So that's not the case. Okay, now coming to this other half that you are talking about. So now if we also say that Joseph Pencil has not been called because of his relationship with Palmer and all, what proof really do we have to support the theory you are stating?
Ketokreku has destroyed Palmer's team. Ketokreku has caused Temayu to be destroyed.
But
can't you see that? We are in Ghana here. We know what is happening.
Okay.
We are gathering the evidence. We will come and we will prove some of these things live and colored.
No problem.
In due time.
No problem.
I'm telling you, Nathan.
No problem.
And then look, let me just say this, and then I'll leave. You see, Ketokreku told all of us that any player who was called during the World Cup to come and play for Ghana, and the player turned his back on Ghana, the player will not go to the World Cup.
I thought that was in the context of the foreign-born players, people like
no.
People like Hudson Odoi and co.
You see, when the matter suits you, when the matter suits Ketokreku, he can't bend the rule.
No, but I'm saying that I do remember.
Then he goes according to the rule.
You see,
the point I'm making is that Otuado called Baba Rahman. He told us he was not ready to play for Ghana again. What has changed? I want Baba Rahman to play for Ghana.
No, but Chris, between then and now, several things could have happened. Baba may have changed his mind.
And I'm saying that Ketukeku should come back and say, like, because he was bent on denying Oxen Odwe and Co. from going to the World Cup because we didn't contribute anything to them. They've not played in any Ghana team. They were not born here. Nothing was done to get Iketia and Co. where they are. Then he could say, today he's gone to the UK gallivanting in looking for talent in the UK. True or false? We've got better talent in this country. He is destroying our football. He's destroying our juvenile football, our coach. Look at our under 17. 10 countries is to qualify to the World Cup under 17. Ghana, we couldn't qualify. When we needed only 2 countries, we were not only qualifying, we were going and we're winning the under 17. When we needed 4 countries, we were going and we're getting to the semi-finals of the under 17 men's competition. Now we need 10 countries. We cannot even qualify. And then, as it not occurs to you, look at the manner in which we got put out. We got the same point with Algeria and everything, and we were told to go and do something, balloting or whatever they call it. And then we got to play in the playoff. Algeria qualified. Can't you see that God is punishing these people for their actions? The fact that they think they are the only people deserving to benefit from football in this country. We leave everything to God. But what I'm saying is that Baba is back. He's played so well. And if he's back in the team, I'm all for it. But if you allow your apparatchik boy to put a falsehood about somebody, remember that person also has got a family. Remember that just as you care for those that belong to you.
Anyway, all right, Chris, thank you.
That's the point I'm making.
That's the point. All right,
I will come to the studio one of these days.
All right, thank you. 6 minutes after 8. Anyway, there's anyway, so you know what? This back and forth over Tema Youth and all. Ray, according to the facts of the matter, we do know that Palmer had his case with the FA, not so.
Yeah.
The case traveled the full length.
Yeah.
Okay, the case traveled the full length. And then the case went to, I think Palmer lost his appeal, went to CAS, and then lost and all of that. So let's just state it because those are the facts of the case. Those are the facts. As for speculation, whatever. But the facts of the matter is that is it. Palmer had a case, lost his appeal, went to CAS, and lost the case. So I think we are clear on that. Are we cool? We are cool. 7 minutes after 8. You can send in your comments. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Chris, sorry. Ray, I don't know if you have any points to make.
Nathan, touching base with yes. Yeah. So again, 2010 World Cup, we increased it slightly. 82,500. That's the official figure we are picking here. And then at the 2014 World Cup, it came to $100,000. And we all know the issues that came up with that $100,000. And then when we went to Qatar, the players again received $100,000. Now, what some of us were expecting, and based on everything that's happened in the past, the concern for many has been that we've pampered our players with so much money that it's almost become a case of the players taking so much money to represent us rather than being patriotic and wanting to give back to their country or wanting to see their country do well at the World Cup or play at the World Cup. It should have been a case where players would feel the honor of wearing the national colors, okay, and going there to do their best. But these days, it's almost like well, if you get to go and play at the World Cup, you have to be paid X amount of money. And all of that came up 2014 when players were up in arms demanding their $100,000 appearance fee before they go and play games. So moving on from that episode, some of us would have thought that we find a different way of getting players motivated for the tournament. We find a different way of getting them to fight for the badge and not necessarily holding the state to a ransom, demanding $100,000 or no. Okay. Now, we are still going to stick to the $100,000. And all of that would explain why all of a sudden competition for places in the team has become very, very hot. So that even when coach's player is not called, the player's uncle can go on there and go and make all sorts of allegations and claims. Because look, it is lucrative. It is lucrative playing for the national team at this level. So, hearts of folk know their player is in there. There's some $100,000 coming his way if he goes to the World Cup. Other players also know there's 100,000. So, again, you ask, is it the money or is playing for the nation? Where do we put the two? So, some of us were expecting that as part of the reset that was proposed, we don't make it look like players that are going to the World Cup would be going solely because there's some 100,000 sitting somewhere they want to go and take. But they are going because there's pride in wearing the national colors. And playing for the national team is a big deal. When you go to Brazil, England, and co, look, players have been dropped from their squad and they are crying. They've still not gotten over it. You go to Brazil today, Nathan, it's almost a whole ceremony when they're announcing their squads and all. But over here, it's almost as if even the players are doing us a favor by showing up or by making themselves available. So, you look at all of that and say, well, if it's $100,000, fine, Nathan. It can be $100,000. But is this model sustainable? How long would we continue with this convention? So it's a convention. So it's been the case that we've done this since 2006. The defense has been, FIFA gives us money post-tournament. Right. For participating. So players would equally benefit. Fine, fair. But you see, some of us feel we must move away from this practice. Let's find a different way of rewarding the players. Performance-based. So that when you are progressing, there's more money for you. So group stage, this is the amount of money you'd get if you progress. Next stage of the competition. So the players know there's something to look forward to. Maybe you're not going to win the World Cup, yes, but there's a cash pool you can draw from if you do well in the competition. Now, if you go to the World Cup and you possibly don't do well and get kicked out at the group stage, there should still be a plan where you'd receive something appreciable from the state. But this $100,000 business, well, I mean, nobody's saying the players shouldn't earn their money. Nobody's against what they're earning. But I think that in future, we would have to relook at it. Because, Nathan, it's you look at the economic conditions and everything, whether FIFA is bringing the money or not.
You just don't think that is something we should keep on doing.
Let's not make it look like when it's World Cup time, there's so much money in the pool that people want to tap from. So collabs now become a thing of, let's get this one in there because there's some 100,000, the whole patriotism thing, the $100,000, that's something to it. Let's find a different way of rewarding our players. If it's performance-based, fine. If the performances don't come, there's still something appreciative enough for the players to go away. But Nathan, today, if you tell the man on the street that Black Stars players are taking 100,000 appearance fee, well, no matter where the money is coming from, you hear a lot of noise.
Sporty FM.
Anyway, this is still the Sporty Breakfast. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Let's take a spot of music.
But coach, I think coach has.
Coach, you want to say something?
No, I just want to say something about this Baba Rahman issue and stuff. Look, Baba Rahman is not the first player that have said that he's not going to play for Ghana. You know my former captain, Asamajan has said it before. Didn't he change his mind?
Yeah.
Felix Afenejan, didn't he change his mind?
Yeah.
Andre Ayew, didn't he change his mind?
Yeah.
So if Baba Rahman got injured when he was playing for the national team, if it had not been God, Baba Rahman would have stopped playing football. He went off over a year when he got injured. He recovered and he came back to play. We all saw happen to Baba Rahman and the Baba Sports Stadium. And he decided to stay off. And then people decided to talk to him for him to come back. Our own captain, a former captain, Samuel said that he's not going to play for the Blasters. He and his brother, you remember? Can't do it here. They packed their things that they were not going to play for the national team. But they changed their mind and they came back to play. So the issue of Baba Rahman decided not to play for Blasters and now he's back and all. It's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. I can choose not to talk about the Ghana Premier League today or tomorrow. I can come back, change my mind. It depends on the coach or the manager in charge whether he's going to invite me or not. For the reasons of Joseph Pencil not being part of the national team, you and I don't know. The coach has not given us any reason. That's the reason why I felt that look, the squad should have been published. The coach should have didn't have a pressure, and then probably questions will be asked, and you have given us answers why player A, player B was not invited or was not in the squad. As we speak, you and I doesn't know why Joseph Pencil. People are just making it that look because he didn't go to Japan and Korea. Is it the only player who didn't go to Japan and Korea? We had some senior players who refused to go. He wasn't the only player. There are players who played the qualifiers, but they are not part of the 28-man squad. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Is it hatred or what? We should stop this. Look, the squad is there. We should support them and stop this. Look, the boy is my boy. Joseph Pencil is my boy. He was not invited. Do I have to go and kill myself? No. You see, the boy. People are talking about Palmer here and there. He has been invited for Blaster matches ever since. Right? The last qualifiers, was he not part of the team? Was he the one who assisted for Blasters to score? So we should stop this. Let's be real. Look, if your chance come and the manager, Carlos Queiroz, he just came. If it is true that he made a call up or not, this is the squad the national team is taking. Someone may be at home, he will not be happy because his brother was part of the qualifiers. He played major part. But in the 28-man squad, the brother is not in. The son is not in. The daughter is not in. We all heard the uncle of Charlie, your boy. Atakon. One may also argue that how many matches has he played for the Blasters that his uncle is talking too much. But he believes that his nephew can also play part in the Blasters. But since Carlos Queiroz has not given us any reasons, I mean, we can speculate. But we shouldn't use it as a yardstick that, look, see, this is the reason. It's a joke. It's a joke. Look, let's support the Blasters. If they go and they do well, fine. If they don't do well, then we come and sit down. We can talk about it. Because if you believe that player A was not invited, I can also think that, look, a player C should have been invited. At the end of the day, where are we heading to? We should encourage the authorities to be able to make it public. Look, this is the day we are going to announce the Blaster squad. The coach is going to give us reasons why this player is going or this player is not going. People are making a case for Benjamin Asari because he was imposed for the major part of the qualifiers. Solomon Agbashi, how many matches was he imposed for the Blasters? How many? But he's part of the squad. Does it mean that for him, people should be angry about why he's part of the squad? They didn't get there in hospital. They were given opportunities. They refuse. And even as a stance, have they switched for a call-up? They've not. So their names should even come into the equation at all. They've not switched. Okay. So what are we doing to ourselves?
Nathan, let me say something. And you see, what I would say on authority.
You finish and let's take a break. So we all breathe.
This whole Baba Rahman Atakon issue. If you pay attention, I've never spoken about it, and I won't go into why this one was called, why this one wasn't called. But let me put on record that the confusion around Baba Rahman's inclusion and the concerns that have been raised, all factions or all those who disagree with the call-up, those who agree with the call-up, they have their cases. I mean, absolutely spot on. But there's this other part that also looks like the FA found a way to introduce their own man, Baba Rahman, into the team. Almost like his cat's player, and they found a way to bring him back into the team and all. I know for a fact that when Otto was coach, in fact, before Chris Hughton left, because whatever happened when Chris Hughton was coach, he tried to speak to him to change his mind. The player was reluctant. When Otto came, Otto had conversations with the player. Okay. The player was not interested. The player didn't want to play. Okay. Now, conversations went on. The FA also tried to engage Baba Rahman. And knowing Keto Kreku's relationship with Baba Rahman, he still decided not to play. Until this matter took a step up. I will not disclose how far it went. But this matter went to a different level. A different group of people, not the FA, not the coaches, a different group had to engage Baba Rahman. Okay? A very different group, high-level group, had to engage Baba Rahman. It was then that Baba Rahman started playing softball. So that was as far back as last year, the tail end of last year. That was when the conversation started. They had conversations with Baba Rahman. They had conversations with his family. That was when Baba Rahman, that was when Baba Rahman started warming up to the idea of being available to play.
FM, the voice of sports.
So by the start of this year, Baba Rahman had made up his mind that he was going to play. Now, the only thing that Baba Rahman didn't do was to personally reach out to Otuado then that he wanted to play. But, of course, those who had gone into the discussions with him made the FA aware that he was available and had rescinded his decision to now play for Ghana. Now, when Carlos Queiroz took over, Baba Rahman's name was on the table again. And these people that I'm talking about, they're the same people who engaged with the family of Nketiah and got Nketiah to agree to play for Ghana. But for injury, Nketiah would have been on the plane to the World Cup. The same people engaged Hudson-Odoi. So it was almost like, okay, what can we do to help you? These are the names you have. They are quality players. Can we have them? Can we bring them on board? So again, Hudson-Odoi, conversations had gone on. And Hudson-Odoi was now beginning to warm up to the idea of playing for Ghana. Again, thanks to the involvement of these people. So, but for injury, Hudson-Odoi, the discussions would have gone through, and Hudson-Odoi would possibly have been at the World Cup. It's the same people who had discussions with Baba Rahman. Now, when the coach took over, Baba Rahman, of course, made himself available for selection via reaching out to Carlos Queiroz. And that is why the FA is confident to tell everybody that it was Carlos Queiroz's decision to have Baba Rahman as part of the team, not anybody's decision. Because, I mean, you look at the player's body of work, last season alone, he's been consistent. He's played a lot of minutes. Do we have problems at left back? Maybe, maybe not. Can he help? Maybe, maybe not. But it's always good to have some of your best players in the team. So there's Baba Rahman, there's Gideon Mensah. Atakon could most likely be part of this team again. Nobody knows. But, I mean, Baba Rahman did not force himself into this team. The FA did not force Baba Rahman on the coach. Conversations went on behind the scenes, and the high-level people who engaged him got him to rescind his decision. Okay. And so this should settle the whole and they had to, they tried to force him in as their player. Me, Nathan, I'm the last person to sit on this show and attempt to play five for the FA. I'm the last person, but I would say it as I know it, because I've had privileged conversations, and I know how all of this happened. For Baba Rahman to return, Baba Rahman was available as far back as late last year.
Do you know he was at the Brentford Hotel? You were there.
During the Unity,
yeah,
you were
yeah,
there.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
I did.
He was
I
at the
did
hotel.
see him,
Baba
yeah.
Rahman came from Greece. He came there. He was at the hotel,
that's
and you saw him.
Yeah.
I was at the hotel with you.
Ah, yes, the day he came.
Yes,
Yes,
I was Brentford. I was with you.
Yeah.
So people doesn't know things that have gone in, not because of.
I did see him there. I mean, I
No,
did
he
see
came with Prince, vice president of Dreams FC. They came together. Dr. Landiabi didn't come back to the hotel. Moses Amapaka didn't come back after the game. So some of us were within the receptionist area and all that. So please, let's focus about this call up and then support them and stop mentioning names that have not been called and all that.
Yeah, but the call up
There's life ahead of this.
The
World
call
Cup
up,
and all
the call up is tonight.
It is.
The call up is tonight.
So the final squad will drop
Ghanaians
tonight.
Ghanaians should expect some shocks.
They should expect some shocks.
Ghanaians should expect some shocks and some very
It's
heartbreaking
possible
stories.
Kudus may even come to.
No, there's no kudus.
I think it's possible.
But Nathan, Ghanaians should expect some heartbreaking news later today,
Okay, no problem.
because from what we are sensing, what we are getting, some late call-ups would have to be made, because
There are one or two concerns.
there are one or two concerns.
Okay.
You see, tomorrow morning you come and say, this was what Raymond was saying.
Okay,
It is
It's spiritual.
it is sad.
It's spiritual.
It is sad. Well, I mean, you want to see all your best players at the tournament, but I think Ghana has been handed quite a raw deal in terms of having some of our best players at the tournament. There's big casualty that will be announced later today. Big casualty.
Okay. Time check is 8:26. You know what? Let's just take a spot of music, right?
Nathan,
So we can all breathe.
big casualty.
So we can all breathe. This is the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments on 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. After the short break, we'll talk MTN FA Cup final. Nations FC, against all odds, have won the MTN FA Cup. We'll talk about that, how it happened, what it means, and then the rest of the show will pick itself up from there. This is the Sporty Breakfast. We'll be right back. Enjoy some music. 054-257-1061. That is the WhatsApp number.
This is Sporty FM, the voice of sport.
Featuring Baby Jet.
Before we get into the MTN FA Cup, a few quick announcements. If you want a cell phone that is good and can match your energy, why are you playing this song? This is my jam. Just and I'm on the ball here. Show me your boy, show me your boy. Drop a boy, and I'm on the boy. Farmer one, pay, Ray, what is it again? Anyway, as I was saying, you need the Techno Spark 50 because it matches your energy. Now, the Techno Spark 50 has great power, 6,700 milliamp hours. Obviously, that one I learned it from Raymond. MAH, milliamp hours. And if you pair it with the 18-watt fast charger, you're good to go. And you have extendable RAM of up to 12 GB. So meaning that is more operations. The phone can do 1,001 things all at the same time. The only thing it can't do is cook food. But I won't be surprised if in a few years the phones will cook food. There's also the AI-powered noise cancellation. So if you are placing a call, I'm calling Raymond and he's at the market and there's noise, he can hear me and I also hear him. Or when you are out celebrating PSG and I call you, you can still hear me because you have AI-powered noise cancellation. There's also Freelink 2.0. Now, what does it mean? It means that without data or without airtime, you can call, text, or send images for free. Ray, I'm assuming that, which means that you are calling another Techno Spark 50. Very good, very good, very good. So that's happening within a 1.5 km radius. And it's available in 5 refined color options. The Techno Spark 50 sets a new standard in intelligent, powerful, and durable smartphones. Visit any Techno store authorized dealer today. Now, Sporty TV has announced a 3-year deal to bring you NBA action. Wow. Completely free in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and South Africa. On Sporty TV free to air, the OTT, and the mobile app. So which means that you get to enjoy the NBA finals, which will start on the 3rd of June, or for us in Ghana, the 4th of June. Between the Knicks and Spurs. Watch it live on television. Now, what are you getting? You are getting regular season games, Saturday games, Christmas Day games, All-Star games, selected or playing games, and extensive playoff coverage, including the NBA finals. Now, you also get to enjoy throwback NBA classic. NBA classic content. You get to watch golden NBA memories from back in the day. There's also EuroLeague, so it is twice the fun. You get to enjoy Euro basketball, get to enjoy basketball from the States. All that and more on Sporty TV.
It's not UEFA, Mambo team, my engine bigger. Premier League is not UEFA, Mambo team, my engine bigger. Premier League is not UEFA, Mambo team, my engine bigger. Premier League is not UEFA, Mambo team, my engine bigger. Premier League is not UEFA.
Time check is 8:36. Why is my DJ playing this song? The lyrics say that Premier League is not UEFA. What is the meaning of that? Hey, be very careful.
Premier League is not UEFA, Mambo team, my engine bigger. I see my team, them no big feeder. Premier League is not UEFA. Premier League is not UEFA.
Hey,
it's not UEFA. Not UEFA. Premier League.
Anyway, I don't even understand. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Let's talk about the MTN FA Cup. It happened over the weekend. And Nations FC, wow, they won the FA Cup 5-4 on penalties. They defeated Dreams FC after the game ended 1-1 in regulation time. Dreams got going, Nations, Joseph Efa, and then Dreams scored through Abdul Razak Salifu. And then ultimately, it was the shootout that separated the two sides. Coach Ebenezer Sefai said, you've heard him. Let me properly introduce him.
Yes. Coach is here.
Yes, we are talking.
I have a song for Coach.
Do you want which song again? I hope I've told you I'm not playing that song again on the show.
And I give you honorable for me. Oh, Fidelis has it. Fidelis has
okay, you don't. You will talk. We'll do.
Oh no, Nathan. Let me welcome.
Have to talk about.
Welcome him.
But you have welcomed him.
I have not welcomed him. No, Nathan. You see, I have to welcome him. The honorable. I have to welcome him. The this thing. So honorable.
Honorable worry. Honorable worry. Honorable one worry. That could come with tea. It's now for sale. Honorable worry. Honorable worry. Honorable worry. See, kind of worry. I don't know why.
Ray, you are an evil guy.
Is it today?
You are an evil guy.
I had something for Kelvin. Now this is honorable zone. Nathan, give me again. Honorable.
Oh, France.
Anyway, coach,
I want the listeners to know that coach is an ardent Arsenal fan.
Yeah, he doesn't hide it.
And coach swore heaven and earth that they were going to win the Champions League. In fact, the way coach dealt with me last weekend,
really?
The way coach dealt with me, that when they score one goal, hey, PSG, whatever they do, they can't score. They can't equalize. They can't win.
Okay, no problem.
Give it to him again. No, let him hear the last part. Yeah.
That could come with tea. It's now for sale. Honorable worry. Honorable worry. Honorable worry.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Today, the Arsenal fans say, I'm going everywhere across board.
Have you called your paddies?
You see, all of them, they are running away. When I call them, they don't mind. When I send them messages. But today, when we are done with coach, I'll mention all of them. Now laugh at them well, and I'll give them their song.
Okay, no problem. Coach, let's talk about the MTN FA Cup final. And I said Dreams would win.
Yeah,
Dreams didn't win.
I also said same that they had the advantage because they've been there. They won it. They've won it before. Nations is the first time. So any nation being relegated in the Ghana Premier League, so of course psychologically, Dreams will be ready for the game. But it didn't turn out to be that. But I think you give credit to Frimpong and his boys. I mean, they really proved that. Look, if you are down and you want to fight back, or you want to be strong, you need to fight. I mean, their mentality was good. Dreams started the game very well. Within the first 50 minutes, they were in charge. They were in control. I mean, they created some chances that I felt that they could have at least scored 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. But Nations were resolute at the back. Boahen and then, of course, Razak Simpson. They really, really defended very well. And I think that Abrakwa, the former Sky FC left back, played a yeoman's job yesterday. And for me, I think that Dreams FC, anybody that speaks about Dreams FC because it's for Keto Kreku, should go back and watch their play. Look, they are really, really improved side, and you will love to watch them again and again. And Dortmund has done very, very good work on the boys. Their defensive organization, super. Their transition is very good. Individual brilliance from the likes of Ebenezer Adade, the likes of Mo Shaban on the left side. And for me, it was just brilliant. Just brilliant. But I also saw Emmanuel Ano of Nations FC tormenting the defense of Dreams FC anytime he's on the ball. I mean, Brandon Entry Sapon on the right and on the left. Brilliant game from both sides. And I think that Nations deserves the first goal because they soaked the pressure in the first 15 minutes and they decided to go on the wide areas, 1v1 situation, send the cross in for Joseph Ifa to not in. And I think it was a very beautiful goal. But you watch Dreams FC go, and I think you give credit to Suraj Sedu. And for me, that guy has developed so well that you give credit to Dortmund. He has really worked on him. You know, he's also a player that came on loan, and he and Amankabe Efi. But Amankabe Efi went back and Didi Damali took him, and then Suraj stayed. And you watch his work rate and how he controls the game for Dreams FC. Don't forget the likes of John Entry. He played 120 minutes without getting tired, and he's very serious. The experience. He's one of them that you appreciate, and I think that the final game lead up to this bailing. For me, the organizers did very well. Saw the fans, everything was on point. But I think that the Dreams FC second goal, Salif, right? I mean,
the Dreams equalizer.
Yes. It was a beautiful goal.
Abdul Razak Saleh.
Yes,
well worked.
And
the ball got to the chap in the number 10
I heard
shirt.
people talking about free header. The movement of the player before the kick from Suraj Sedu that deceived the defense of Nations FC. He moved into that space without the ball, so they were caught ball watching, and then he had the nod very well. He didn't just use any part of his head; just the forehead, and it was beautiful, and everybody was clapping. And for me, we had watched games, FA Cup finals. I remember one of them at Cape Coast, Bichim United against Okoro United.
2016.
We also witnessed Nanya FC beating Kumasi Asante Kotoko at Accra Sports Stadium some years back. I think that yesterday was brilliant. I mean, but the surprise was Nation just a week ago was relegated. Half performance was able to psych his players to come into this game and then play a Dreams FC side who has been wonderful in their last 5 games. Just that they lost to Brukum Chelsea before coming home to beat Gold Stars and then Basake Holy Stars. So they are a free scoring side, but it was a beautiful game, and I think that Nations FC deserves, especially when they came to the penalty shootout. You remember the goalkeeper who gave out their goal to
what's his name? Barrio.
And he gave out. The one funny thing was that 5 minutes to the end of the whole time, I mean the extra time, both teams changed their goalkeepers, and everybody. The vice president of the FA, Mr. Ado, was saying that with you see what is going to happen. But I think at long last, it was the Nations goalkeeper who laughed because he has corrected his wrongs when he played Vision FC, and I think that he scored from the spot kick and also saved that last kick from the Dreams FC player. It was a delight to watch, and I think that if Nations is ready to go to Africa, then I think they need to convince some of their players who have already called some clubs that they want to move out.
Really?
Yeah, last week. I don't want to mention their names, but I know about 2 players who have called some clubs that they want to move out. Though they have 1 year contract with they cannot play Division 1. But now that Nations has qualified for Africa, if Dr. Kwame Che and his son Divine Che wants to play the Africa, are they going to maintain them? Are they going to add some players to the squad? And if it is so, I can assure you that by next year, Nation can come back to the Premiership. If you are having this quality in Zone 2, you want to control the Zone 2, you should be able to do it. But I think it was a good game yesterday, Nathan. A very good game. And Frimpong was a bit relieved. And for him, he has made history for himself, winning the league with Gold Stars, taking Nations to relegation, and then winning the FA Cup with Nations FC. As a coach, he will be proud that at least 2 seasons he has won 2 major trophies in his career. But also it will be at his head, like Frimpong on the year called relegation. He did 3 years on the year call. It's one thing that I wish he stay and then bring them back to the Premiership. I expect him to stay and then work so hard to bring them back. He can do it, and I'm sure if he's able to stay, he should be able to identify some key players that will be able to help the team go into Africa.
In terms of the game itself, I mean, it did end 1-1, but of the 2 coaches, was there one who seemed to have a certain advantage? Was there one who controlled the game a bit more?
I think it was a difficult one. Because as Dortmund started the game, putting pressure on Nations FC, Frimpong was just telling his players to calm down. But I think I love what Razak Simpson was doing on the field of play. He was in charge. You could clearly see that he was on the left side, on the right side, and also in the middle. The area duels, they were taking every area duels. And for me, tactically, Frimpong was positive. Dortmund was having more of the balls, trying to open the defense of Nations FC. But after 50 minutes, when Nations decided to catch them on the break, because at the point, Dreams were playing 3-back. So you could clearly see Ibn Zadadi on the right, and that was the key point of Dreams FC. And Nations also were using on the right side of Dreams FC, where Anon was operating. Yes, I think that Nchisapon also did a very good job. So they made sure that the last of Dreams FC, anytime they search for it, there's a lot of space at the back. They would occupy those spaces. Okay. So it became a midfield battle. But when Dreams played the 3-back, they have more players in midfield. But I think Ivan Safo did a very good job in the midfield of Nations FC because he was doing a lot of tackles, a lot of 50-50 balls. And for me, I think that the 2 centre backs of Dreams FC also used their height to their advantage so that Ifa will not be able to get the balls from the flanks. Both teams created some decent chances, but I think that it was a 50-50 if you ask me. But I think that the difference was the goal that Salifu scored. But at the end of the day, it went to a penalty shootout. For the goalkeepers themselves have to go out for their reserve goalkeepers should come on to tell you that both coaches were throwing in everything to get a win before the penalty shootout. But you could clearly see that the nation's goalkeeper was full of confidence that look, penalties here, Juma. Because when he was going to take his time to take the kick, everybody was like, when I say a penalty against Vision FC, but the kind of confidence that he took the ball and he misplaced the goalkeeper of Dreams FC was just a lovely one. And for me, I think that Frimpong Manson was the better one over Dortmund. Though Dortmund could clearly see that yes, this is a team that look, when you close your eyes, you know what they are doing, their movement, their control, their passing, their energy. But Frimpong Manson was very tactical. Let me use entry on the laterals. I mean, let's open up and then make sure that every 50-50 ball we will just pick them. Let's frustrate Dreams FC because they've been there before. You have not been there. Beat them and make history for yourself. And I think that did the trick for Frimpong Manson. Well, he was the better side. Well,
Nations winning there. The penalty that won them the very good save. Yeah. I like very strong right hand. To go over the goalkeeper's head and he blocked the shot, and that was how. Because at that point they didn't even know they had won.
They didn't know.
Ray, after the goalkeeper saved it, he was just standing celebrating until I'm sure somebody must have prompted them that you guys have won the FA Cup, and then they started to celebrate. Good stuff for.
I was sitting up there with Kennedy watching. I said, Kennedy, 3 days on my phone, so I want to challenge me now. But Charlie, serious, let's put jokes aside. Charlie, the Swati.
Yes, I know. He'll be under a lot.
I say if I just said go for it can kill.
Yeah.
Kennedy was sitting down and even trying to sleep. I said, Master man, that FA Cup level. I was coaching me team with you. So congratulations to Nations FC for winning the FA Cup.
Congrats to Nations. Now they join a certain list. Let me run through the list of winners of the MTN FA Cup since the year 2000. So 2000, Hearts of Oak won. Kotoko won 2001, and then the competition went on a break up until 2010-2011 when Nania won. Then Dubiasin won 2011-2012. Mediama won 2012-2013. Then Asante Kotoko 2013-2014. And then Mediama won in 2015. Bechem in 2016. That was Bechem and Okwewu. Yeah. That game was played at Cape Coast.
Cape Coast, yeah.
Right? Now, I don't know how many people remember something about that game.
When Keto Kreku was the chairman of the committee, when he was going to, I don't know whether he was going to inspect the team.
You remember?
Oh yes, when he had the
drone. They brought the drone.
He didn't lose his eye.
Yeah, Ray. So the drone was bringing the ball, and Kurt, as MTN FA Cup chairman, was receiving it, and somehow he got a bit too close to the drone or something, and the drone cut. It cut the area above. I remember it so well. I'm sure Kurt still.
Right, and then he went to change.
Yes, I'm sure Kurt even remembers. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Lots of people don't talk about it, but I remember because I was watching it. And I said,
that was a beautiful. Final.
It was a very good final, and I remember
guys with the boat. Yes, on the canoe and all that, and
I remember that final so well.
United.
I remember that final.
He came with the likes of Akoto Danso and the rest, and then Emmanuel Yawaka from Bechem. That was a beautiful final.
Yeah, that was a very good final.
And Bechem won, and
they won 3-1 or something. Yeah.
And then they played their game at the Accra Sports Stadium. Yeah.
So Bechem won 2016, Kotoko 2017, Hearts of Oak won in 2021, and then in 2022 they did a back-to-back, and then Dreams have won. And Swatreman have won. Asante Kotoko after beating Golden Cake. I remember that final. And now it is Nations FC who are the freshest MTN FA Cup winners. So from 2020, we've had 4 different winners. 4 different winners after Hearts of Oak did a back-to-back in 2021 and 20.
Now we are waiting for the champions of champions. We need to see who is the champion of Ghana football.
Okay. So
that's the Ghana Premier League champion
and the FA Cup champion. Anyway, the top scorers the top scorers in this year's MTN FA Cup, Abdul Razak Salifu 6 goals, Dreams FC. Wisdom Jonas Manina of RTU 5 goals. Bernard Kofi Sie of Yape FC 5. Osman Zakaria FC Samatex 5. And Fuseni Zakaria Techiman Liberty Youth also 5 goals. So those are the numbers. Finally, some general statistics from this year's MTN FA Cup. 109 matches played, 62 home wins, 47 away wins, 296 goals, 170 home goals, 126 away goals, 112 first half goals, 181 second half goals. Games decided in 90 minutes, 88. Games decided on penalties, 20. 28 red cards, 406 yellow cards, 30 penalties awarded, 24 scored, 6 missed, 5 own goals, 3 extra time goals, and 1 win in extra time. So those are some numbers from the MTN FA Cup 2025-2026. Nations FC, proud winners of the MTN FA Cup. All right, coach, finally, before you leave, I think the World Cup squad will drop. Is it, Ray? You say it's tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah, tonight, that's when it will be named. Yeah, and then we go into that game
tomorrow
against Scotland.
Against Wales.
Against Wales, sorry. Well, I don't know why I'm saying Scotland. Scotland lost a player over the weekend, Billy Gilmore. Right. He got injured, so he's not going to the World Cup. So funny things can happen.
Let's pray.
As we all get ready for the World Cup, let's pray for health. Let's pray for health and fitness so that players will not experience any funny things, and then they'll get to go.
You know my fear. Before the squad, would have issues with late collapse, before the final squad name.
This is Sport FM, the voice of sport.
I'm just praying we don't have too many issues. But if the players would have to play that Wales game with the intention of not wanting to lose, wanting to prove a point to the coach that, look, we are ready for the tournament, it means that they run the risk of, picking a few knocks here and there, we are worried.
There's no way in this world that
we are worried.
A last game before the Mundial, players will give 100%. I've said this many times.
But Brazil swept Panama off the park yesterday.
Brazil beating Panama 6-2 or whatever. It's no news.
We saw Germany also against, Finland.
It's no news.
Later it's Finland, right? Germany. Yeah, they played.
Germany played Finland.
They were playing.
And then you saw Senegal against USA as well.
Yeah,
nobody held back. It's surprising that around this time nobody's holding back. Everybody's going full throttle. And I just hope that, look, let's not force our boys to go full throttle and then risk injuries and all. Let them play it as a friendly game. Let them play it soft, kakra. Because, Charlie, the kind of injuries we are having.
All right.
So later, if you permit me to wish the FA president.
Oh, today is the FA president's birthday.
That's his birthday today. So
Immortal's very good friend.
Let me wish.
Immortal, today your friend is celebrating his birthday.
Get E.S. Okreku, the president of the Ghana Football Association.
Wait, where's Immortal? I'm surprised Immortal is not standing.
I'm sure he's coming to wish.
I'm surprised Immortal is not standing.
So let me take the opportunity to wish him happy
today is Kurt's birthday.
May God continue to bless him.
Oh, it's not Immortal. But where's Immortal? Where's Immortal?
I wish him well, and
Kelvin's friend too.
Mr. Okreku should enjoy his day with his family and with the Blasters. I wish him well.
Yeah, okay. President of the Ghana Football Association, happy birthday to you. We pray for more life in your years. We pray that all the good things that you wish for yourself, God brings them to you. And all the high ambitions you have as you enter this new age, may God lift you to achieve those ambitions. Okay. And happy birthday to Kurt Okreku.
Okay.
We wish you well.
But Calvin has taken the Verve Kinko.
You've not won trophy.
Today's your friend's birthday.
Pop champagne.
Today's your friend's birthday.
Well,
the GFA president. He's our friend.
He's a media person.
Of course,
he's a swag member.
He is.
Yeah, he's a Sports Writers Association of Ghana's member.
Yeah. So I don't know if we can't call him a colleague because he's not.
Oh, he's our colleague. He's still a media person. He's still a media person.
I think the president is still a member of the GJ.
Who?
John Mahama, president.
He's a member of the
Yes.
GJ. He still is?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure.
yeah.
I'm sure. Honorable Kwesi so will also be a member of GJ.
So he's still a colleague.
So happy birthday to the president of Ghana Football Association, who was once like us. He has passed through the ranks, and then he's the second vice of our Confederation of African Football. We wish you all the best. May God bless you. May God help you to win more trophies for Ghana. Yes, so that the pressure,
The pressure.
yes, the only pressure.
You are
against
feeling
him-
pressure.
Yeah, the only pressure against him is
that-
no winning trophies. We know he has a under 20 AFCON.
FM, the
Yeah, and then
voice of
he has
sports.
the African Games.
Okay, fair.
African
point.
Games,
Yeah, you can-
African Games as well. So Nyantechi won the
Under 20 World
Under
Cup.
20 World Cup. So let's see.
And then Yantechi also, in his time, we also won the African Games gold under Kwesi Appiah.
Exactly.
2010.
2011.
2011.
In Maputo.
2011. No. Okay, yeah. 2011.
And in Congo Brazzaville
And
too.
then the
Basically
girls,
won
yes.
the gold for African Games for women.
FM.
Yes, for women. So, Charlie. Does he have 4 more ahead of
Who?
Kate?
Who?
Kate.
Who has 4 more?
Kate.
Kwesi Nyantechi.
No, I'm talking about Kate.
But he said he was going to contest. He officially said it. You didn't see the story? That he was going to contest. Did you see it?
So
He
that's
said he
what,
was
that's
going
what
to
I'm saying.
contest.
That
Does he
that's
have 4 more?
4 more.
That is in the
running
hands.
somewhere.
That is in the hands
Nyantechi
of
spent
the members of the
12 or
Football
13
Republic.
years. 13 years.
13.
Nyantechi spent 13 years.
So that is in
to
the
be able
hands.
to do whatever he did.
But that is in the hands of the Football Republic.
Oh, okay. The last time we went to Tamale, that was 2023.
2023.
2023, when we went to Tamale, about 121 delegates. 17 of them voted
Against.
no 4. 117 voted for, and then 4 say no. Then when we went to Pram Pram,
Recently.
yes,
That was last year.
121 again. I think 116 voted for, and then 4 they abstain. So it means before we can the 117, 116, before you can reduce it to 50 or 40 or even 13,
Charlie.
it will be difficult. It will be difficult unless Raymond buy 20 of Premier League teams, go to Division 1,
Clearly
buy
you
40.
But I think that was the guarantee that they will even vote after doing all of this.
Unfortunately,
What's the guarantee?
Many of the team winners also do not go and vote.
That's
I'm
the
here
thing.
to see His Royal Majesty Togo Afede the 14th at the Congress voting. Nana Domahene.
They usually send people.
Yes,
or they delegate.
Yeah,
people.
so obviously this and Nana Domahene will let Atapoku and one other to come and vote. You see, Togo will let Alajan Kabi and then Odotai or maybe the MD. Yeah, to come and vote.
Okay.
So
But
you
that election is next year, right?
The election?
Yeah,
2027.
2027.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So it's a very interesting.
There's something that I know.
Okay, you discuss
That contest, you see, I won't say it. I won't tell you.
said,
but
no, keep it.
Let me.
Anyway, so happy birthday to-
Hold on. Let me whet listeners' appetite a bit. You see, that election would feature somebody from the football stock,
from the Football Republic.
from the Football Republic.
former player or
Me, I don't know, but I'm saying somebody will shake the system.
does he
Okay,
have
so
constituency?
does this relax?
Somebody will shake
So
the
this
system.
person is he a former player?
He knows how to.
He knows how to play. Does the person have a constituency?
Yes.
Yes.
He has a constituency.
Yes.
in Division 1 or in Premier
In
League?
which at which level?
People are teasing
Zone
us.
2 or Zone 3?
Is it zone 2 or zone 3?
If it is
Well,
Division 1.
It's
Is
Division
it
1.
Division 1?
It's Zone 2 or
Division
Zone
one.
3?
Zone 2 or zone 3?
I won't tell you the zone.
or
But I know a candidate will show up. The candidate will catch the eyes of a lot of Ghanaians.
The voice.
Candidates will show up.
The candidate.
So the candidate, I'm coming. Let me ask you a question. So this candidate, is he known now? Do people know him?
Oh, the candidate is very popular.
The candidate.
No problem. You see, the candidate is very popular. Ghanaians would love to see him
as the president,
of the FA.
No problem. It's in 2027.
How he will work his way around the football people.
That's
but
the thing.
He's somebody who Ghanaians will say, look, we've tried all these other guys.
And he wants to try this.
Let's try this one.
No problem. But you know that it's not all Ghanaians. It's 128 people.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he, where he's coming from, they have what it takes to get into the minds of football people.
No problem. 2 minutes after 9. Happy birthday to Mr.
There's one person holding his hand. One person. That person was the kingmaker when Kurt became president.
Okay, no problem. So
does he have a deep pocket?
Happy birthday to Mr. Kurt Edwin Simeon Okraku, GFA boss. Guys, I'll tell you one fun fact about Mr. Kurt Okraku that a lot of people don't know. Right? I went to Accra Academy with Kurt's nephew.
Okay.
I went to Accra Academy with Kurt's nephew. Right? So I didn't even know. So when I went to the Unity Games, the Unity Cup in London. So my mate, one of my mates from Accra Academy, he's in the UK. So we met. And he was telling me that, Nathan, do you remember this our mate? That he mentioned the person. And I said, I remember him so well. He said, do you know his uncle is Kurt? I said, really? So when we met Kurt, I said, Kurt, do you know XY? He said, that's my nephew. That's my brother's son. I said, we were mates in Accra Academy. He said, really? I said, I didn't even know. I found out a few minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
So happy birthday to you, Kurt Okraku. We wish you the very, very best. As Immortal said, the only thing that is giving you sleepless nights is the fact that the Black Stars haven't won an AFCON. That requires a lot of work. So one day,
that's the only thing.
We hope it comes together for you. But on this day, we wish you will enjoy the birthday and have a good one.
As for qualifying for World Cup, he has done it twice. I'm sure.
Two?
Yes.
Yeah, 2022.
Yes. I'm sure he will do it again.
We have to give him oil on my head.
And I think there's one thing that he deserves credit for, and I think it's a legacy that would continue to stay. Any person who comes to mess up that legacy, that person would have to apologize to him. And Ghana's FA Cup is more interesting and more viable because of Kurt. He revived the FA Cup. He made it sweet. He made it lovely. Right from it got to a point it was Okwewu United and Bechem playing, but the sort of number, the sort of traction, the sort of attention he gave life, and he made Kotoko and had to get interested to qualify. Yes, and that final in Tamale was wonderful. How he changed the scene, the promo before the game, the occasion of wearing the smock before the games. It was just lovely. It was sweet to see, and I think that he's given life to it. Yes, a number of things that being done, maybe it hasn't been communicated well, especially with youth football, lots of initiatives, but we haven't reaped too much or too many benefits. There are times I say that the coaches have disappointed. The coaches might have disappointed. For all the coaches that you put into the youth system to actually help us get some gains, they disappoint. When this one gets in, Lai disappointed, and Prosper has disappointed. At an 20 level, there have been lots of disappointment with the coaches we've appointed. So I just hope that he'll get some, at least 1, 2, 3 trophies on the continent to match it up, and at least he got there under 21. It's quite unfortunate that Zito team could not play at the World Cup. Yeah, so let's wait and see. He still has a couple more years. Hopefully, maybe the Pamuja, we can qualify for the Pamuja and then we'll go and win it after building up at this particular World Cup with the players we have. Yeah.
All right. So this one is for the GFA boss. It's one of his favorite songs. So yeah, let's give him a taster of one of his favorite songs.
This is Sporty FM, the voice of sport. Sporty FM.
Face covered like a Taliban. Just
See, boys can say what they like. Boys can deny it all they want. They can dance around the truth and coca. But I'm saying that when it comes to the game, beat in here, drop it flow. I don't know. Look, really, in the game, look, and the boys themselves know that in the game, you won't find anybody better than Michael. Look, boys they rap, no doubt. Boys they rap, boys they rap, no doubt. But Charlie, no, it's not the ease with which they rap and the thing be serious.
What up?
Anyway,
Kevin is seated. Chama, give him one honorable for me.
So Charlie, what is the meaning of this? Hey, Ray, it's your money.
Oh, go. But this is I'm now on men.
Yabi
Yes.
And then Malano.
Arsenal fans. Kevin also answer. This is for you. This is for you.
93,938. Honorable one. That could come with tea. It's now for sale. Honorable worry.
All right, 9/11. Let's open the phone line. Today we've been speaking a lot.
You answer me.
Oh, we had a parade with it yesterday.
My friend, did you parade with the Champions League?
You're talking about the Champions League. No, Arsenal did not win the Champions League, but we won the silver medal.
Give him again.
We won the silver medal. Let's open the phone lines. 054. Hey, Dave. 054. What did Manchester United win? What did Manchester United win?
Open the honorable for me. Honorable.
Oh, United. Oh, United. What did you win?
Let them push it. Honorable.
You couldn't finish the league.
Give him.
You couldn't finish the league.
Honorable. Worry.
So it didn't come. So you want 05? Don't mind Ray. 054 257. Hey Ray, let me open my lines.
Give him the honorable for me. Give him
down. It's off. They said it's not playing.
No, it's inside.
They said the CD has scratched.
Give him. It's not.
How many times do you want to play it?
Honorable.
So when I was playing the Arsenal song, yeah, he didn't like it. He was waiting for this day. It's okay. 912. Let's open the phone line. 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. 030 279 4805. My producers, please give me some WhatsApp messages. Let's see what the people are telling us. 054 257 1061. 030 279 4805. The phone lines are open. We'll take about 5, 6, 7 calls and then we proceed. 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. 030 279 4805. 030 279 4805. All right. Let me read this one. This
is 40 FM, the voice of sports.
Says, please give Michael Kakalika for me. Okay, depending on their name. But they added another one to the GFA boss. They said good morning or happy birthday to the GFA boss. We are begging him since you... Okay, he says we've had about 8 coaches in the last... Okay, he says under 17 we've changed coaches and then Black Stars we've changed coaches. Okay, all right. No problem. Okay. This one says King Sack supremacy. Shout out to DJ Fidelis. Says okay. Then he says coach is being willfully dishonest. Baba Aman coming back is not the same as the other instances. Kill a cockroach and you would have applauded, but to kill a butterfly and you'll be vilified. Okay, all right. So then he says we all heard the comment from Atakon's uncle. Okay, looks like this Black Stars matter is going nowhere. This one says congrats to PSG, Palace, Villa. I think the new Euro format, especially the rules that prevent teams from dropping from the UCL to the Europa League and from Europa League to the Conference League favors English clubs. They have better finances, attract better players, and play in a competitive league. That puts them a step above the others. As a result, English teams will dominate these competitions. Okay, I don't know if there's an exact science.
Until they meet PSG.
Until they meet PSG. Didn't PSG lose to Chelsea?
But Chelsea is a different kettle of fish, man.
Okay, no problem.
These red and white people, all they know how to do is defend.
Okay, no problem. Okay, we have a call on the line. All right, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Mr. Nathaniel Call.
I'm Nathan. I'm not Nathaniel, please.
Nathan Call. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
I'm Joe calling from Ashaiman.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I think PSG did very well. And then before I go to my issue. I want to talk about something a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people are listening to them. When it comes to sports, there are some people, when I hear them talking about sports, I won't even give them a listening ear. Raymond Nyamado is one person I started listening to around 2015, 16 with PJ Mude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's he's been consistent. There's one thing about him. He knows what he talks about. He doesn't talk about what he doesn't know. And I respect him for that, and I want him to keep it on. Now,
okay.
Nathan, to you, I'm a Kwashiman boy. I went to Africa, so you know my roots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you very well, but you don't know me yet because of how it is there. I want to comment on something you just raised. He said boys can do this, boys can do that, boys can do that. You are one person I admire so much. You are one person I admire so much. You and your brothers. I know all of you. He just brought up an argument. He said boys can do whatever, and Michael can sack it. I'm not trying to try about here. I'm not a guy, but I was born in Accra, Kashima to be precise, and then I grew up, speaking down. And you just spoke a guy right now. He said,
This is 40 FM, the voice of
it means it shows where you are coming from. Get it? But I think we are not being fair to ourselves. We are not doing music here. We are doing sports here. I understand. But when it comes to rap in Ghana here, Tiny is number one. And
okay,
the fact
all right.
that you understand. I'm coming, please.
No, make
Hello?
your point. The other caller. So you make your point quickly so we can take other callers. So make your point.
Okay. I think we should refer to ourselves. You see, let's try to promote what we also have. You get it? At least, let's promote the Ghana language. Let's promote the Ghana language.
Charlie Immortal, give me another caller. 054-257-1061. You see, Ray, you see, when they start and I want to end, you say, let's Charlie.
I calm down. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next.
You see, then they are moving us.
It's okay. Don't mind him. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next caller.
Hey,
don't mind. Let's move on
to the other caller. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Yes.
My regards to the king is naked.
Yes, sir.
I guess you know the king is naked.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
We remember. Yes, we do remember.
Thank you very much. Just some few weeks ago, Ketel Kweku granted an interview with Michael Oteje that any player that did not take part in the qualifiers will not get the chance to go to the World Cup. Do you remember that too?
I didn't see the clip, so you are the one saying it, but fair point. Okay, continue.
Okay, but I will plead with you, look for that interview. But he said any player who refused, who turned his back on the national team during the qualifiers will not get a chance.
Okay, hold on. I do remember. So, unless Kurt has said this statement twice, The very first time he said it, the context in which he spoke, and Ray is here, Kelvin is here, my colleagues are here, they can all confirm this. The context with which, or in which I heard that statement the first time was in relation to players like Hudson Odoi and Edin Ketia, the Ghanaian players or so who were born outside and did not want to play. So unless he has said it in a different context, again, make your point.
Okay. With that context, Nathan, please, Joe. Meaning when the country went calling, they turned their back.
And I'm saying that, relax. So the context in which I heard that statement was the foreign-born or the Ghanaian players who were born outside and didn't want to play. You understand?
Didn't want to play.
So that is the context. That is the context in which I heard the statement.
Thank you very much. When Ghana needed Baba Rahman the most, did he turn his back on Ghana or he did not? Otuado went, he said no. First, Chris Hughton went, he said no. Otuado went, he said no. What I think? Because if ever $100,000, hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Please make your point.
The food is ready, so it's coming for $100,000 and to go and spend. What are the players who took part in the qualifiers? These are some of the things that people pray against Ghana. What? To progress in life. These are some of the petty things that keeps what? Affecting Ghana. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. 9:22. Let's take a couple more calls and then we can talk about the things that happened over the weekend in Europe. We'll do some Roland Garros. Ray will give us updates from the French Open and then we'll see if we can do some basketball. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Nathan.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Osman.
All right, please go ahead, Osman.
Okay, first of all, happy birthday to the president of the Football Association. We're just praying for long life for him and then to lead the association and the national team to glory.
Okay.
With regards to players not playing in the qualifiers and then handed call-ups for the World Cup, Nathan, please, did Neymar play any of the qualifiers?
Did who?
Neymar.
Did Neymar?
Yeah.
I'll have to double check. If he played any of the qualifiers.
So all the 48 teams, are we saying the players selected, the 26 players selected took part in every of the qualifiers? We've had these instances so many times. Players staying away from the national team for a time and then deciding to come back. Please, we should move on. I have said this time and time again. Those crying for Joseph Pencil and then Asakon, please, are they Ghanaians better than those who were called? Oh.
So to answer your earlier question, Neymar played 4 of Brazil's qualifiers and got 2 goals.
Okay.
Yeah, so in order, he played 4 out of what? South America, how many qualifiers did he play? Okay, anyway, but Neymar played 4. Anyway, please proceed. Let me not interrupt you. I beg you.
Okay. So as I said, they are not Ghanaians more than the players selected. Moreover, to be frank, these players are not starters or the key players of the team that if we don't take, that is the end of the world. Please, let's give them the opportunity to also go and exhibit their talent. We are just praying and hoping that the World Cup will favor us, we'll have a good World Cup, and the players will excel so that the country will enjoy. For me, I'm not going to benefit from anything. The only thing I'm going to benefit is I see the Black Stars win, and I am happy. That is it.
Okay.
So please, let's give them the opportunity to also go and exhibit their talent, and we hope they will have a good World Cup. Have a good morning, Nathan.
All right. Thank you so much, Osben. We'll take 2 more calls, and then we can talk about Euro football and other things. 054-257-1061, 030-279-4805. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Paul.
Yes, good morning.
Augustine here. I'm calling from Castle.
All right, please go ahead.
Yes. So I would want to extend a massive happy birthday wishes to Mr. Keto. Okay. I think I don't envy him at all with the kind of backlash that he's been receiving over the years. I don't envy him at all. I want to say something with regards to the call-up, the national team call-up. Yeah, so I've been privileged to see the call-ups we did in 2006, the one we did in 2010, 2014, up until just recently. There's one thing that I have seen. I don't know whether it's it's the way I think or it's what I'm seeing, but I think Ghanaians sometimes, if certain things doesn't go in our favor or certain call-out doesn't go the way we want it, like we tend to believe that it is somebody's personal interest. So going back to 2010, like Kingston, we all knew 2006 what actually happened. But then like Kingston, they all went for a campaign in France, and then like Kingston was asked a big job. That time, the coach was able to explain to Ghanaians that, see, these are the options that I have on the flank. So who do you want me to take out and bring in Lai Kingston? Was Lai Kingston not a legend? After that time, was Steven Tornado Apia playing active football? It wasn't.
Yeah, in 2010.
But Lai Kingston was dropped, and Apia was taken to the World Cup. From the wins, you could see that Samaluku was playing there though. But it got to a time where we needed presence in the box, so you were having Prince Tego in the team. So if Tego had been taken up front and lie, on the wings, like you could experience some better pull-outs and all that. But nevertheless, we went to the quarterfinals, and then everything went to bed. Just I think 2018 also. Was it 2018 or 2022? Afenejan and then FA Bani. You see, I'm a strong heart of hope fan. And FA Bani going to the World Cup was, it delighted me a lot. But I just put these two players, on paper. During the qualifiers, Afenejan gave us his all. But then, at the end of the day, we decided to take FA Bani to the World Cup. And then what happened to Afenejan's career? Ghanaians never, I didn't hear anybody saying anything about it. So I think we all have our opinions. The technical teams have their opinion. If you go to Brazil right now, I think a section of supporters who are really thrilled about Jean Pedro not going to the World Cup and Ryan of form of being invited to the national team. I think the sentiments like that. But sometimes there's a reason why they're giving the job to certain people. You understand? They are being paid for the job that they are doing. Part of the job is to take critical decisions. You understand? So sometimes we should give them benefit of the doubt. Enough of all these that somebody is going. So see, if I'm an FA president and then I have a relationship with one player, and then you see, though there are conflicts of interest, certain things are natural. So you tell me that you overlook your own nephew or your own son. No, certain things are just natural. So I think we should calm down the way we bring certain people, like we keep them into the argument that it's because they have certain affiliations with certain players, that's why they are bringing them in and all that. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I think we'll pause the calls here.
Alecha campaign tele se kembe aja nya yishi yeshi mo lanta ate pleke de pai won sabla akwela yishi de la akwela suma na won yishi kata le jonjo le ko ko tolo abo bo tolo le che gamen ga dan be gama fun fe
No, I wasn't hearing initially. I just had to switch the.
Sure, na kwekwa in the suit. Oh, boy, cry. Jackets need jinem din. Oh, court.
Me court.
Yeah, akwedi asembe ba ko say.
Michael, well lazy me mu pumping.
Which name heavy. Yeah. Weekend is Uji wouldn't come on.
It's a groundswell.
It's a groundswell.
It's a
groundswell.
Michael, wait, by popular request, this is here no Raymond's rant near the Yajama because
we are there. Bama be a heavy.
That is on a podcast. I can't say that on radio.
I get it. That is so that one you let your hair down. And you decided to go off on a tear. Anyway, that's just on the side. It's a groundswork. It's all a groundswork. Anyway, Michael, let's I don't know whether you have any thoughts on the MTN FA Cup. I wanted to get your thoughts on the Champions League final, but I don't know if you have any preliminary thoughts on the FA Cup, and then we can zoom into Champions League chit chat.
My interest actually is in the whole appearance fee conversation.
No problem.
Maybe tomorrow because of time.
Okay. You want us to get into that tomorrow as we build up to the friendly. Okay, no problem.
Exactly. Because I have some info to share, some issues to also raise.
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
For the FA Cup, I think congratulations to Nations FC. Maybe it's a good ending to a season that has been very bad for them. Maybe they will need to take solace from the fact that they did not make it in the Premier League, but they won the FA Cup. It takes them to Africa, and then it can also help them to restructure their team, prepare for Africa, and compete in the Division 1 League. It will be an interesting thing to see how they fare in the two competitions, but I just congratulate them, and then better luck next time to Dreams FC. I think these are the few words I would say regarding the FA Cup final.
Interesting. Nations winning by 5-4 on penalties. Let's talk about the UEFA Champions League final. I guess it's one of the most popular finals in a while. Arsenal made it there. They believed they were going to win. A lot of their fans were super confident that this was going to be their year. It turned out that it wasn't. PSG managed to win 4-3 on penalties. In a game that even though went 120 minutes, it was quite thrilling to watch from start to finish. What did you make of the game as you watched it? I don't know where you watched it, but what did you make of the game?
Well, I watched it with the students at KNUST at the report hall.
Okay.
Yeah, we enjoyed the game from there. And I think, yes, I think you were taking predictions on Friday, and I told you the experience of PSG.
Yes, you did say so, yeah.
Makes me wants to favor them. I have no issue. I have no issues with Arteta's game plan. It worked to a larger extent. It is the reason PSG struggled to dominate the game like we've seen them. Yes, they controlled the game. They had lots of possession, but they weren't as dominant as you would expect in terms of chance creation, goal scoring actions. They weren't plenty. And it is all credit to Mikel Arteta's game plan. There was one thing that was clear. PSG were the better team in terms of possession, in terms of passing. And then even although the numbers spoke in favor of Arsenal in terms of the attack, goals scored, they have scored more goals at the league phase than Paris Saint-Germain. But if you are comparing the two attacks that the teams will present in terms of the personnel, then clearly PSG had a certain advantage over the Arsenal team. PSG also had players who were comfortable in 1v1 situations. They could take on opponents, they could dribble, they could create chances on their own, which is quite different if you compare to the Arsenal attack. So Arteta just had one job, and the job was simply to make his team defensively solid enough so that it can thwart the efforts of the PSG team, frustrate them, and then make sure PSG do not enjoy enough freedom up front. And I think it is something that really worked. If you look at the first half, for instance, yes, the Arsenal goal was kind of an exaggeration. It wasn't because Arsenal dominated that spell of play. It just happened, and they took advantage of it. And it was similar to what Chelsea did to Manchester City. And interestingly, it was the same player, Kai Havertz, who had to score. Bradley Barcola had a similar opportunity to what Kai Havertz had. And you only have to give Kai Havertz that credit, that he exhibited composure. He was precise in the shot. His decision-making was spot on. Not a lot of players are able to do that in the biggest of games. And I think he's just cemented himself as a clutch player. If it gets to the crucial moment, he will show up and then he will deliver. Arteta's selection, spot on. The decision to start Havertz over Gyökeres paid off. The decision to start Declan Rice as a right central midfielder, it paid off because it kind of stifled the threat of players like Kubica Kvaratskhelia. And it is not surprising. If you look at the dribble metrics, you normally find PSG's attackers dominating. Dembele will have a lot of dribbles. Kvaratskhelia will do same. Desiree Doué will do same. But interestingly, in this game, if you check the statistics, it was two defenders who were topping the dribbling metrics. One, Nuno Mendes of Paris Saint-Germain. I think he had 3/4 dribbles correct. And then William Saliba, who had 2/2 dribbles correct. At a point in time, he went on a solo run. So it should tell you that how Arsenal set up their approach to the game or their game plan was enough to pour water on the fire of the PSG attack, and it paid off. It will only happen that PSG started to come into the game when I think Arsenal dropped a bit in the second half, and also their players had yellow cards in terms of their right-sided players. Bukayo Saka, Christian and Mosquera, they had yellow cards and it kind of limited them to an extent. And it was through such initiatives that Kvaratskhelia won the penalty. So I love Arteta's game plan, but my concern is the in-game decisions. His changes in terms of personnel, his changes in terms of approach. I don't agree to Arsenal dropping deeper at the start of the second half. What it did was it invited a lot of pressure onto themselves. During the first half, although they were playing a bit defensively, you could also see that they saw and exploited certain weaknesses in the PSG team. They saw that PSG were pushing forward. They decided to just plant themselves into certain zones where they were counter-attacking. It could actually hurt the PSG team. We did not see much of that in the second half. And it was only after Arsenal had considered the equalizer that they started to come up. Again, PSG's attack lacked authority at a certain point in time when Dembele was injured and he was subbed off, when Kvaratskhelia was also injured and was subbed off. Now, these two players wield a certain level of authority up front. When they start, their mere presence or their sheer presence on the field is a danger for any opponent. But the moment they are subbed off, when there is no Dembele and there is no Kvaratskhelia in the same game, it should empower any opponent to also fashion out an opportunity to at least ease up a bit, release your own weapons, and then push forward. But even in that period, Arsenal were still laid back, and they did not counter in terms of their plan when such an incident happened. Again, when Vitinha left the pitch, it meant that PSG had lost to a certain extent a key controller of their midfield and then their game. Vitinha is very important to how Paris Saint-Germain play. So if he's out of the team and there is minus Dembele, there is minus Kubica Kvaratskhelia, it should allow Arsenal some level of control in the game. And I did not see that, especially during the extra time. That was the best period Arsenal could have had a goal at Paris Saint-Germain. But they allowed PSG to deny them of possession, to deny them of control. And it did not really bring the best out of the Arsenal team. So I love Arteta's game plan. But in-game decisions, I don't think worked well for them. And it's a reason they weren't able to get the kind of results they expected during regulation, during normal time, and also during extra time. I think they could have done better. But you have to give it to Paris Saint-Germain. They look like a complete team. They know what they are doing. The coach knows what will happen. I remember when we were previewing the game, I mentioned that there was a certain plan that Enrique had hatched that he will mostly make sure that he will have 3 defenders at a point in time. And I saw that deployed to the fullest when Vitinha was subbed off in the especially in extra time. You could see changes. Beraldo, Doué had to drop into the middle. Joao Neves had to contribute as well. And then Warren Zaïre-Emery. At a point in time, PSG had 4 men in the middle. And then they outnumbered the Arsenal players in the middle. And that helped them to have that kind of control, even minus Vitinha. I think Enrique has really showed us that he knows this team inside out. He knows how to use them to get the results. So irrespective of the shape, the tactical plan, the in-game decisions, he can still work something out to get the result that he seeks. Not a lot of teams will survive when they are too when two of their most dangerous attackers are out of the game, when their main controller in the middle is out of the game, when their most experienced defender and leader or captain is out of the game. But Luis Enrique went through extra time without these personnel, and then they did not really suffer. It did not really hurt them. So I think we should give him the credit. It showed that this PSG project is clearly his handiwork. So kudos to PSG, but I don't think this loss takes a sheen out of Arsenal's season. They have been brilliant. They lost to a better side. And to me, if you ask me, I think Arsenal have been progressive in the competition. They have made enough progress to the extent that ridiculing them for losing a Champions League final to Paris Saint-Germain, in my opinion, does not sit well with me. I think they should actually be commended for the kind of football they demonstrated, and better things are coming. There's a team that just returned to the Champions League in 2023. We are in 2026, and look at their progression. After entering the competition, quarter-final, semi-final, final. I think it is positive enough. So if I'm an Arsenal fan, I will be proud and not be crestfallen that our team did not win the Champions League against PSG.
All right. Talking about that, Kelvin, let me take your thoughts.
Yeah.
Are there any, I guess maybe when Mikel Arteta looks back, should he have any regrets? Was there anything he could have done better in that final to turn the result in Arsenal's direction? Or is one of those things where you try everything and it just didn't work?
Well, I think that maybe he may regret the early substitution of Martin Odegaard to bring, because I think that at that point he needed only just one change. Take Mosquera off, bring Timber, and then, keep the rest to play for at least a while before making those changes, because you could realize that it was more like the same thing, bringing Kai Havertz behind Victor Gyökeres and taking Odegaard off. There was less or little control, and that actually brought PSG, into the game a lot more to control affairs. And I say that from what he's done over the years, and even especially this season, he's earned the right to take certain decisions. It is only PSG who could survive what Arsenal provided on the day, and it is only Vicha Kvaratskhelia who would give PSG that. On a day when he struggled, it just took one moment of a combination play and they took Arsenal's players out. You could see Declan Rice was locked up there trying to help him, and that combination play just took about 2-3 Arsenal players out, including Bukayo Saka, who was nowhere to be found, and then that pass went on the blind side of Mosquera. And you can understand a 21-year-old centre-back who is being played as a makeshift, all because Julian Timber wasn't fit enough.
I went back to watch the sequence, and you can tell that he got attracted to what was happening in front of him, and he didn't.
It was just combination play. So and it's all because of the movement from Declan Rice also as well. Because once he moved there and Hakimi, and then they had that combination play, it just took 2-3 Arsenal players out, and those things do happen. I think that Arteta will not regret. The only thing I am saying is that early substitution, because it got to a point in the game but when Nkapie was
they didn't have a change anymore.
Exactly. So and maybe he might be thinking, just like I always say, if you are a bit adventurous, if you're a bit open, if you take risks, the PSG defense was one of the defense I have seen, not as solid as last season. And even this season, I was even telling you on Friday that if you watch the Ligue 1, most of the teams take the game to them.
Oh yes,
and they concede a lot.
That is true.
They take the game to them, and you see that it's defense in 6. And even for the few times Arsenal managed to, especially when Noni Madueke came on and he tried to take on the defense, you could clearly see Nuno Mendes and the others were struggling with them. So I think yes, there was nothing more Arsenal could have done. It was a perfect game plan, just like PSG went to the Alliance to do. Let's score, let's sit back, watch Bayern come at us. Fortunately or unfortunately, Bayern equalized, but it was too late for them to get anything out of it. It just took one moment of brilliance and one moment of, indecision to just change the game. And I think that credit to them. Overall, PSG dominated. They had the better, chances. Credit to David Raya, Miles Lewis-Kelly for the saves and the blocks they offered, even Gabriel. On a day when Saliba and Gabriel were virtually, solid in defense, we're not giving anything away. Nkapie wasn't giving anything away. Ousmane Dembele, Doué, they tried all their best, couldn't find ways to hurt Arsenal. It was just about one sequence of play, and I think that in the penalty shootout, it's a matter of nerves and
you have to
and
keep
quality.
Your nerve,
it's
yes.
a science. It's a science and a nerve. Yes, and unfortunately, the best penalty kick takers miss. Cristiano Ronaldo missed this in 2008.
The best players miss. But
Exactly.
Roberto Baggio missed his in
Yes,
94.
and many were saying
Diego
the
Maradona missed in
starter from
1990.
Eze. If you've seen Eze play penalties, that is his style. That is his style, and he scores, and he misses a number of them. And just like Ateta was saying, at training he was scoring, but on the day he missed it. And Gabriel too. Yes, you can say. Not a cool head, and it's always been said between himself and Saliba is more of a player who can match up to pressure. But on the day he was from the training ground routine, he was the one set up to play the penalty, and he managed. But there is one thing that I think I should give credit to PSG for: the Ecuadorian Pacho, absolutely phenomenal centre back. I'm looking forward.
This is a player they bought from Eintracht Frankfurt.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that Ecuadorian defense between himself and Hincapié in there. They are just warriors. Maybe someone would have said if Victor Gyökeres had started to bully them in the first half, had started the game, maybe it could have helped us now. But I also say that these players, himself and Marquinhos, were born for this kind of occasion, and they've gone through the experience, they've gone through the mill, getting to the final and losing and winning last season, and the kind of dominance and the coach that they had. It was just a moment away. Maybe Arsenal will look forward after resolutions of their defense and everything. They will look forward to seeing how we can get an X-factor player like an Alexis Sanchez, like a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, like let's say a Gareth Bale, Angel Di Maria, a Cristiano Ronaldo figure, or let's say a Kvaratskhelia figure to do it. And they could probably get over the line, So maybe let's wait and see. The likes of Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, yes, they might have been, good players in the last couple
They still
of
are
seasons.
very good. They still are.
But they've been
You still
off
think that
injuries.
Arsenal need, like, as you said, this X factor
You
type
need
of
one
player.
X factor. Let's say if Martinelli is not playing, Trossard is not playing.
You need somebody.
Which player are you going to get to? And I understand why they are trying to chase Morgan Rogers. There are times you need players who bully their way through teams. You want players who can bully their way through teams. But I think it was a perfect game plan for Arteta. Just that penalty shootout is a game of equal house, and the bravery is what is needed. Even Arsenal with 10 men against Barca 11, that Ronaldinho Samuel Eto'o era, recorded 29% of ball possession. Arteta's team had 24% of possession, and the shot on target after that Kai Havertz shot, it was 0 for Arsenal. Virtually no threat at Safonov, and that clearly gives you an indication of how the team was not able to, because the expected goals was 0.44. Expected goals for PSG was around 1.77, which clearly gives you an indication of how poor the team was. If Vitinha is playing over 600 passes around, and Arsenal's midfielder, the highest person is playing 160, around 170, it clearly tells you the difference and the intent in breaking down the opposition. So yes, it's a lesson. Hopefully, if they can build on, who knows? It's credit to us now from where Mikel Arteta has brought this team. Perhaps he has his faults, and we always complain about it.
I mean, everybody has
exactly. But what Arsenal have given and where he's brought Arsenal to become warriors and competitors, they would probably make additions.
Yeah,
to the
they'll
team.
have to add to the team.
The left side of attack, I seriously think they need to make, and even get Gabriel Jesus off, bring on an attacker, and then maybe in the number 8 row you get another player. I'm not sure Merino and the likes will still get Arsenal over the line. You need players who will bully their way through, who will walk through teams to give you the results. And I think that it was quite good. I say, and I think we were having an argument, and one coach said, if Arsenal had that midfield of Aston Villa against this PSG team.
So which combination of Villas? Tillemans,
this guy Onana, Rogers.
Okay, so that
they will bully their way through. McGinn and the like.
Yes.
They will bully their way through and make sure they find Watkins wherever he is to get goals. And I think that is what Arsenal failed to do. The lateral play is so much, and I think that if you want to break down teams properly,
you need to learn to
go central,
go vertical sometimes. Michael, so for you, PSG themselves have got changes to make. It looks like they want to move on Gonzalo Ramos, and I don't know who they will bring, but what can PSG do if they want to make it a three-peat? I was watching French TV over the weekend, and PSG fans are already dreaming of a three-peat. But what can lead them to that three-peat, if it's even possible in the first place? Michael, you're muted.
Sorry, I was saying it's possible. Looking at how they are playing, they can do that. But again, they have vast resources to the extent that it is not a problem if they want to dip money into funds and then invest into the playing body. And how great can they be? I think they will need to perhaps refine the attack to an extent. Like you mentioned, I don't think Gonzalo Ramos is still serving the purpose. Maybe he's as good as a squad player where he offers options, especially when they want to rotate in playing in the local league and then the local cup competitions. But when it has to do with the Champions League, definitely the big guys would have to play. But I'm more concerned about the status of Dembele. If you check his injury record from last season, I must say, it wasn't as pleasant. And again, you have to do the projections. Dembele did not have much rest during last 2 seasons. After the season when they won their first Champions League title, they came to play as well in the FIFA Club World Championship. And even for large chunks of the competition, he wasn't eligible to play until in the very few matches to close the competition. So again, you have to consider the durability of someone like Dembele. Is it time that they focus on maybe promoting the likes of Ibrahim Mbaye, giving them more minutes, and then resting Dembele and the likes? And again, I think they will need one quality attacking addition. A player like Julian Alvarez fits seamlessly into this PSG attack. It suits exactly how Enrique wants to play. Players who are not static in terms of their position and their movement. He's fluid. He understands such a system of play, judging by how he fared, especially under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. So I see an ideal attacking upgrade in this PSG team with someone like Julian Alvarez being added to the squad. That is positive enough for me. I think the likes of Bradley Barcola, Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, Desiree Doué, they are still available to offer options. But one central attacking option they can add will be a Julian Alvarez. And maybe they can cut loose players like Lee Canning or maybe a Gonzalo Ramos. In midfield, I don't think they have issues. What happened last season is clear testament that they don't just have a good midfield starter list, but they have a deep midfield option too as well. So Fabian Ruiz was injured for longer spells, and Warren Zaire-Emery was a reliable option. He provided the kind of technical support that Enrique demands from his players. He slotted in nicely, did a solid job. It's the reason they played up to this stage. I think Fabian just returned with some 2 matches to end the Champions League campaign. So I think these are positives in their squad, but they need to beef up in the lateral positions. When Hakimi is not there, I don't think PSG has any solid option. Again, when Nuno Mendes is not available, Lucas Hernandez, yes, he can do a job, but not as convincing as enough. I think they need to address that area where they will need depth. Again, Marquinhos and what he can offer, I think he can go for maybe 2 seasons and not more than that. They will need to add a young centre-back who will be groomed, just like Marquinhos enjoyed when he was a young guy and he had to learn from players like Thiago Silva. And I think it played a crucial part in making him the kind of player that he is now. But one most important position they need to address is their goalkeeping department. I think that has not been sorted out yet. People will maybe look at it and say that coaches like Pep and then Luis Enrique, their preference is goalkeepers who can pass. And you look at Lucas Chevalier, he fits that profile, but I think he's fallen down the pecking order and he's lost the trust of someone like Enrique. And when coaches like that start to not trust you again, it means you don't play a crucial part in their future plans. So I think PSG will need to go onto the market, look at the goalkeeper who fits into the profile that they have. I think Safanov is doing an okay job, but not exactly the job that Luis Enrique will expect from his goalkeeper. And I think that is the most important position they need to address. But maybe some 2 additions to the squad and they are good to go. Can they do the 3-peat? Now they've had character, they've had personality, they have experience as well. And I think by far in Europe, they have the best coach currently. Pep Guardiola has left the scene. If you look through all the top teams, yes, Mourinho has returned to Real Madrid, but there are a lot of unknowns around Mourinho's Real Madrid job. Hansi Flick and Barcelona, clearly, on paper, if you ask me, I don't think this Barca squad is ready to mount a serious Champions League title challenge. So I think they are still the favorites if you look at the various aspects of assessing how teams can dominate in Europe. But it is a difficulty because it is never easy to win back-to-back and back in Europe unless you are Real Madrid. And PSG have to demystify that. That they have the resources, they have the personnel, they have the expertise to be able to do that. But in reality, they also need luck, and that can elude you at times.
Okay, we'll see how things go. But for now, PSG back-to-back winners of the UEFA Champions League, winners 2025-2026.
Premier League is not UEFA, small body, my engine bigger. Premier League is not UEFA, small body.
I don't even know why my DJ keeps playing this Premier League is not UEFA song. Very interesting. I don't know whose song this is. Anyway, guys, we are wrapping it up. Michael, thank you so much. Tomorrow we'll ring you up early so you can have your take on the Black Stars, the appearance fees. We'll talk about the friendly because the friendly is tomorrow night. Raymond seems to believe that the squad will drop today. Do you also believe that the squad will be announced today?
Yeah, but I think the announcement was made by the GFA boss. I think he posted it and said, yeah, the squad will be available on June 1. And June 1, June 2nd. June 2nd is the deadline by FIFA. So definitely, I expect the squad to be out there. Maybe by 6 p.m., 7 p.m., we should see something.
All right. We'll see how all of it will happen when the Black Star squad is there. Michael, thank you so much. Enjoy the day. Lovely jacket. I don't know what the occasion is, but I love the jacket, a brown jacket. I need to get me one of those, So we'll talk later. You can link me up with your plug.
Okay.
That was Michael Asai joining us from Sporty 91.3 in Kumasi. Anyway, that's our show for the morning. Many thanks for tuning in. My name is Nathan Ko. I did this with the one and only Raymond Nyamado, a.k.a. One Man, a.k.a. Sporty FM should sack you, a.k.a. are you a journalist? A.k.a. agenda journalist, a.k.a. you are waiting for your World Cup ticket, a.k.a. government is taking you to the World Cup.
So tell them to enjoy the next few days.
All right, many thanks for tuning in. I did this with Immortal Kwame Jakwechampa, Big Girl Sena Susuna Neki Amanko and Angela Mensa, my producers. Shout out to Manuel I Am Guy and Fly. Shout out to my DJs Fidelis and Nana Kwame Labi. Shout out to you, our listeners. Thank you so much for your calls and for your messages. As we said, the Black Star squad will drop today. Be on the lookout for it. Ray seems to believe there will be shockers. We'll see what happens. We are back tomorrow. But remember to keep your dials locked on Sporty FM. There's the news at midday, Sporty Plug at 12:30, Sporty Drive at 4, and Monday night Sporty at 7. In between, stay locked in for all the wonderful programs we have for you at Sporty 106.1 FM. We are the voice of sport. Have a blessed day. I wish you a happy month of June and keep your dials locked on Sporty FM.
This is Sporty FM, the voice of sport.